Land ownership demystified, freehold versus leasehold. Today, we're diving into a fundamental real estate concept, freehold versus leasehold estates. Understanding the difference between these two property types is crucial whether you're buying, investing, or studying for your real estate exam. By the end of this video, you'll know how ownership, rights, and responsibilities differ, and which type might fit your goals best. What is a freehold estate? A freehold estate is the closest thing to full ownership in real estate. When you buy a freehold property, you own both the building and the land it sits on, indefinitely. You can sell it, lease it, or pass it on to heirs without worrying about the term expiring. This type of estate gives you maximum control, and typically, there are fewer restrictions compared to leasehold arrangements. Owning a freehold estate means total control and indefinite ownership. Example of freehold estate. Imagine buying a single-family home in a suburban neighborhood. You own the house and the land outright. You can renovate, rent, or sell it whenever you want, subject to local zoning laws. This flexibility and long-term stability is why freehold estates are highly desirable for personal homeowners and investors alike. Freehold estates offer flexibility, long-term security, and full ownership rights. What is a leasehold estate? A leasehold estate gives you the right to occupy or use a property for a specific period, such as 30, 50, or 99 years. The land itself remains owned by another party, often a private landowner or developer. Leaseholds are common in condominiums, land lease communities, or commercial properties. At the end of the lease, the property typically reverts to the landowner unless the lease is renewed, and leaseholders may have additional obligations such as ground rent, association fees, or property maintenance. Leasehold estates provide temporary property rights while ultimate ownership remains with the landowner. Example of a leasehold estate. Consider a condominium in a land lease community. You own the unit, but the land beneath it is leased for a fixed period. You can live in it or rent it out, but you may need to pay annual lease fees and follow community rules. When the lease expires, control of the land returns to the landowner unless the lease is extended. This arrangement allows people to live in desirable areas without owning the land outright. Leasehold estates let you occupy property without owning the land, often in high-demand locations. Key differences between freehold and leasehold. Here's a quick comparison. Ownership: freehold equals land and property indefinitely, leasehold equals property for a limited term. Control: freehold owners have full control, leaseholders may need approval for renovations or changes. Costs: freehold usually only requires property taxes and maintenance, leasehold may include ground rent and service charges. Long-term value: freehold generally appreciates without term limits, leasehold value may decrease as the lease shortens. Understanding these differences is critical for making informed buying decisions. Which one should you choose? If your goal is long-term ownership and flexibility, freehold is usually the better choice. On the other hand, leasehold can be appealing for affordable urban living, especially in cities where freehold properties are scarce or extremely expensive. Leaseholds may also suit investors who plan to sell before the lease expires. Always consider your goals, budget, and the lease terms before making a decision. Your choice depends on long-term goals, finances, and how much control you want over the property. Common exam tip. For real estate exams, remember this simple distinction. Freehold equals forever, leasehold equals for a limited time. This one-line rule helps you quickly answer multiple-choice questions about estates and ownership types. Freehold equals indefinite ownership, leasehold equals temporary rights. So there you have it, freehold versus leasehold estates explained. Freehold gives you permanent ownership and flexibility, while leasehold provides temporary access with additional obligations. Both have pros and cons, and understanding them is essential for buyers, investors, and exam takers. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more real estate tips and exam prep guides. Also, leave a comment below with your questions about property types. We love helping you navigate the world of real estate.